Do you know which animal was the first one in the world to travel to space? There is only one answer, and that is Laika. However, there are many other living species like flies and rats who had done space mission before Laika. Apart from this, there was another monkey named Albert Wren who had participated in suborbital flight in 1948 before Laika, which cannot be called a space mission completely. That is why we know Laika is the first animal to do a space mission. We feel proud to hear about Laika because she was the first animal among all the animals in the world to do a long space mission. But was she a really lucky animal, like we see in the pictures or shown as in newspaper or school books? So what is the truth? Today, in this video, we will find out that sending humans out of the Earth for a space mission before 1950 was a very challenging task for the scientists of that time. Would human be able to survive in a space mission? To know whether the dog is capable of flying or not, animals of different species were sent to space. In the year was 1957 in Moscow, which is located in Russia. At that time, Laika was roaming on the street of Moscow like an ordinary street dog. And at that time, she was 3 years old. Little did she know that she would be the first dog in the human history to go on a space mission. And in the meantime, with the help of Soviet space program, the world's first space satellite Sputnik 1 was successfully launched. But there was no living creature in Sputnik 1. That's why the scientists thought, why not send a living big creature to the space mission this time? But perhaps Russian scientists wanted to complete the second space mission in a hurry. That's why they got only 4 weeks to make Laika's spacecraft, the price for which later had to be paid by that innocent dog. The name of this spacecraft was Sputnik 2, which was especially designed for this dog. This spacecraft had a carbon dioxide observer, an oxygen generator, and an animal shelter. There was a fan to keep it cool, some foods to stay alive for 7 days, and a bag was kept to collect the dog's urine. The cabin of Sputnik 2 was very small that there was no space to move around inside the cabin. So this is how Sputnik 2 was designed, which was ready in some 28 days. Now the only delay was to find the dog. The Soviet space scientists deliberately chose a stray dog from the street because it is used to living in more extreme conditions than the other domestic pet dogs, which was ideal for space mission. So in the meantime, the space scientists found Laika. And only after this, Laika was trained to be sent into space. Due to the cabin of Sputnik 2 being very small, Laika was kept imprisoned in a small case for 20 days, so that she would be comfortable in the cabin of Sputnik 2. So soon, Laika's training was over and she was ready to go into space. Now, humans know how to go into space, but not now how to come back. So this was like a suicide mission. The only difference was that Laika did not know that she was going to die in few days. Before sending Laikas on this mission, the scientists took Laikas to their home and gave Laika a chance to play with their children in the last moment of her life. Now that time had come to say goodbye to Laika forever. So finally, Laika was tied with chains in the cabin inside Sputnik 2, so that she could not move much from her place. And in this position, Laika was kept inside the earth for 3 days so that she could get used to this situation. On 3rd November 1957, the last day of Laika's life. Shortly before the launch of Sputnik 2, while setting down Laika's spacecraft for the last time, a technician kissed the Laikas on the nose and said goodbye for the last time, knowing that she would never come back. And after this, the Sputnik 2 was successfully launched. And Sputnik 2 went up with Laika. It started moving further into space, but due to some technical fault, a part of Sputnik 2 could not separate from the rocket. Perhaps 4 weeks were not enough to build a spacecraft. Due to this, the temperature of Laika's cabin started increasing rapidly, and Laika's heart rate increased much more than before. the normal heart rate has reached 240 to 103. So, this proved that at that time, Laika was suffering a lot due to the heat. And Laika must have been fighting with death for 3 hours continuously. And the temperature increased so much that after 5 hours, the signals from Laika's sensor stopped coming. And with this, Laika died. After her death, Sputnik 2 remained in space in the same condition for 162 days. And it started revolving around the Earth about 2570 times. After this, on 14th April 1958, Sputnik 2 burnt and ended with the dead Laika as soon as it enters an Earth's atmosphere. In 2008, the Russian government built a statue in honor of Laika. It was the same place where Laika was trained. As you can see, a dog standing on top of the rocket, which is Laika. We should never forget this great sacrifice of Laika. This dog must have made some contribution to the space mission, due to which we can think about space mission today. So do you think it is right to sacrifice this animal for the benefit of science and for the advancement and development of humans? Do not forget to comment below and tell us. And if you like this video, then do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends. And if you do not yet subscribe to our channel, then subscribe it and turn on the notification bell. I will meet you in the next video. As always, thanks for watching.